Hey, folks, welcome to the Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA,
where we bring you hope and inspiration for growth and healing so you can start your day off the AF way. The AFA way.
Whatever way you want to start it off, but AFA is pretty good.
Sometimes if you consume too much THC, people get the munchies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about that. And why do we get the munchies, right? So here it is. So THC interacts with receptors in our brain that regulate emotions, pain, our sense of smell and taste. It also promotes the release of a hormone called ghrelin, which stimulates our hunger. So the interesting thing when we get the munchies, one of the things I always like people to consider, because this can happen when you don't get the munchies, food cravings. So if you're craving specific foods, it may indicate a nutritional deficiency. And so when we talk about the endocannabinoid system, we talk about nutrition as being a vital part of how our endocannabinoid system gets nourished.
Of course. Your body's intuitive, right?
Exactly.
It knows what it needs at different times.
And here it is. It's constantly communicating to us and giving us signals. So if you are getting the munchies, and these, do you have the little list in front of you too, Mark?
I do.
Okay, good. So if you are getting the munchies and you're craving something specific, we're going to talk about your craving, what you need, and what you can eat instead.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Mark. I'll let you start with the favorite one of most people, mine.
What? What is it? Sweets?
Chocolate.
Oh!
Just that dark chocolate.
Right? Oh, I love that. Too. And so what do you need when you need when you're craving chocolate, Sherri, which, you know, I've found that there are a lot of people who do crave chocolate.
Chocolate. I love it.
Yeah.
So
what do they need?
Magnesium, right?
Yeah.
So magnesium, and you can find it in cacao as well.
Sure.
But it's in nuts, seeds, veggies, fruits, right? So you look for magnesium. A lot of times we are magnesium deficient, by the nature of the beast that we are a country that is overfed and undernourished because we're not getting the micronutrients that we need.
Right.
That's the bottom line. So what about your craving for sugary food? There is a list of things.
Oh, man. Chromium, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, tryptophan.
Right?
Yeah, all of those. That may be some of the things, those may be some of the things that you need. So what do you eat instead of those?
Well, chromium, broccoli, which isn't my favorite.
I love broccoli. Love broccoli.
Grapes, cheese, and chicken. So chromium can be found in there.
Yeah.
Carbon in fresh fruits. Phosphorus, chicken, beef, fatty fish, eggs, dairy, nuts, veggies, and grains. Sugary foods also stimulate our need for sulfur type food, right?
Yeah.
Cranberries, horseradish, cabbage, and cauliflower.
God, I'm getting hungry, Sherri. This is all delicious stuff.
I know. And then tryptophan. These are some interesting things for tryptophan. What to eat instead? Cheese, raisins, sweet potatoes, and spinach.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
So what if you're craving bread and pasta and other carbs? What might you need? You might need nitrogen. Your body may be calling for nitrogen. And what are some of the other things that you can eat instead? High protein foods, meat, fatty fish again, nuts, beans, chia seeds.
Yep. Oily foods. What about oily, greasy foods? If you're listening.
Oh, big fat pizza. Oh.
So another big one, calcium. So we might need some calcium. We might have some calcium deficiencies, or organic milk, cheeses, green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables have so much calcium in it. Kale, spinach.
I mean, we know that calcium is just vital to proper cellular respiration and just cell function, right?
Calcium
is huge. Yes. If your calcium levels are off, you're in trouble.
Okay, salty. Okay, interesting thing about salty foods. Salt is pretty much sodium chloride. Real pink Himalayan sea salt has all of the minerals. We're talking a ton of minerals. And so that white table salt that you get is stripped of all the other minerals. So if you are craving salty foods, you may need chloride,
Mm-hmm.
and silicon, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain other things that you can get it from: fatty fish, goat
Yep.
milk, cashews, nuts, seeds. The other
Mm.
thing that I have found that I have replaced that has really helped me a lot, and people,
Yeah.
that salt, sodium restricted diet, is using that real salt. I actually have gotten some the big giant Himalayan sea salt, and I use a blender to crush it up. So it's just getting those other minerals in your body that are sometimes hard to absorb.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
You know, we got to be gentle with ourselves. You were just talking about it. You know, we set up these patterns of action based on stress reaction. We eat, it soothes us. We get that dopamine response. Guess what? Be gentle on yourself.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. You can recognize it for what it is and relax into it. It's going to be okay. Absolutely going to be okay. And remember, Sherri, you're absolutely fucking amazing exactly as you are. If you happen to have some foods that you don't feel particularly good about after you eat, recognize it for what it is.
Yes.
Over time, you'll begin to recognize that you might not want to partake in those foods. It's really over time. Be gentle.
Be gentle, and it's just from and I'm speaking out of love, not out of shame.
Yep.
The reason why is because my autoimmune condition gets triggered when I don't eat right. Granted, I cheat all the time, but I definitely pay for it. So
Yeah.
the bottom line is the inflammation, the inflammatory response that gets triggered through the release of cortisol, and then these chronic pain syndromes can manifest.
Yeah.
So truly, so that's why we do what we do, is we love to teach health and wellness. We want to nourish our endocannabinoid system. Cannabinoids are one piece of the pie.
One piece.
Great tool to nourish our endocannabinoid system, and pairs really well with the other pie pieces. That's why we talk about the umbrella.
Yeah. The umbrella.
The umbrella. So if you or someone you love is suffering from chronic pain, chronic illness, or if you know of someone or you are interested in incorporating cannabis into your routine for health and wellness, or if you're new to adult use cannabis and you want to try it to figure out how to have an experience that's fun and safe for you, contact us at The Green Nurse, www.thegreennurse.com. And while supplies last, I know it's going fast, Mark, but for every appointment that's booked, there will be a bottle of Nurse Mark CBD be given as a gift, but only while supplies last. They've been flying off the shelf.
Oh yeah. It's the end of the year, baby. Coming into 2021. Woo!
Yep, absolutely.
And listen, if you're in the healthcare space, if you're helping people be more healthy, come join us. We'd love to have you. Check us out at thegreennurse.com. We're on a journey and we want you to join us. We want you to be a part of that journey too.